あそこよ、もう一歩の塔の上。エリカ、そうだよな。今度はそなたの番であるよな。
At the top of the other battle tower, Erika stood gracefully, wielding her scythe.
これで黄金鏡の魔女たちへの魔法などミステリーに飲み込まれて必ず消える。楽しかったですよ。なんだか幼かった頃、近所のお姉ちゃんたちとこんな遊びをした気がします。だからもうこれでおしまいに。ここからはあんたたちが絶叫を聞かせてくれる番です。
Erika threw that pretentious pirate hat she had been wearing this whole time to the sky. With the moon behind it, Erika's form, her afterimage, vanished from the tower's peak.
どこに？レーダー捕捉してます。戦闘壁面。
Oh. Okay, that's fucking dope. Like, you can't look at this CG and tell me that's not fucking dope as hell. Bro, what? That's fucking tight. That's awesome. Anyway, continue. Shaking with a wild, joyous laughter, Erika dashed straight down the tower. She swung her scythe like a baton. As she passed along the tower's wall, its gun ports, walls, pillars, and everything else was crushed, leaving a trail of smoke. So from the sidelines, it looked as though a line of smoke suddenly split the tower from top to bottom. The golden arrows of the Chester Sister Corps chased after Erika like golden threads in a sewing machine.
この化け物、縫われて刺繍になるにゃ。グッドグッドグッドグッド。
Even the golden arrows couldn't catch up with Erika. Finally, Erika reached the bottom of the battle tower, and empty cartridges were ejected from the golden bows.
ハゼロ、役立たずの塔でしたっけ？
Erika, who had now landed on the ground, slowly stood up and tapped the tower behind her with the handle of her scythe. That tiny tap cut the final string that held the tower together, and the whole thing fell in on itself with an earth-shattering crash. Once again, the dark tsunami rumbled forward through the rubble and smoke.
我こそは真実の魔女フルドエリカなり。今こそ真実にて黄金鏡を解体する。土は土に、幻は幻に。終わらせてあげますよ、あんたたちの白チューム。さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい、亡霊たち。本当はもうとっくに死んでるんだってこと。
The goat tsunami swallowed everything up. When she saw them sink under the Black Sea of Goats, Erika guffawed from atop the debris of the tower.
さあ、殺せ殺せ、皆殺しになさい。全員の首を切り落として槍に突き刺して怒号と真実の渦に飲み込まれて消え去ってください。1986年の亡霊たち、さようなら。
God damn, that's fucking tight. So what now? We cut back to Battler and Angie, see what they're up to, see what their situation is. Come on, let's go. Bro, this shit got me hyped. That's the thing, like, my game crashed and I was kind of like all bummed out about it, like, man, that sucked. But now, like, everything's happening again, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, this is just fucking insane, let's go! Ava had broken the magic circle around the key beforehand, after all. By the time Battler and Angie reached it, it was falling apart like the sand in an hourglass. They tried punching and kicking to make it break faster, but nothing they did hastened the process.
だいぶ前に壊してくれたみたいだけど、それでもまだ時間をかけそうだな。
多分あと少しおそらくあと5分を稼げれば。
That seems like a big ask, considering all situations. Judging by where the Burn Lambda situation is and what's going on with the whole Erika versus the Pieces situation, that's a... Judging by the speed the magic circles were crumbling and the general appearance of the whole scene, it looked like it would be over soon. However, right now, could even 5 minutes be considered soon? It's a pretty tall ask, I'm not gonna lie. They turned around. Oh, who's there? Beyond the bookshelf ravine was a universe. Even for Battler, who had seen Beato's fights many times over. The battle between Lambda Delta and Burncastle was so mind-defying they couldn't think of a single word to describe it. When he finally managed to find a word, it was a universe. Each time a battle between Lambda Delta and Burncastle unfolded, a universe was created between the pair of them. Big bangs would take place, universes would be created, galaxies beyond number would be born and erased. Then just when it seemed that a big crunch had occurred and that the universe had met its demise, there'd be another big bang, and another universe would be created. It was like watching gods playing. The two witches created and destroyed worlds over and over again, almost as though two creators were fighting to prove that their universe was the right one. If you let your guard down the slightest, then just watching this would steal your soul. That's how it felt. Speaking of which...
もうすぐで鍵が取り返せ。そしたらラムダデルタのくれたかけらで黄金鏡へ帰。
演者は鍵を取ったらすぐか。俺はラムダデルタを放っておけない。
True.
あの戦いの中に飛び込むっての？
だが放っておけねえだろ。二人の戦いはだが完全に拮抗してて。
So you gotta tip the scales a bit.
俺みたいな人間風情一人の火星でも何かを崩せるかもしれない。
Perfect balance maintained by two great powers can easily break by adding even a little strength to one side. However, actually rushing in there to add that little bit of strength would be literally suicidal. Like a moth flying into a furnace. It might burn up before it even reaches it.
鍵を手に入れたらエンジェはすぐに黄金鏡へ。向こうもいつまで持ちこたえられるかわからない。そうだな。これはお前の戦いなんだ。だからお前はみんなと一緒に死ねなかったことを悔やみながらその気持ちに打ち勝って。
Fuck yeah.
それをお前は決意したはずだ。
And she had no words to respond with. Her brother and everyone else would probably die, so she wanted to die in the same place and at the same time as everyone else. However, that could not be allowed. She mustn't wish for it. She had already made up her mind. She had sworn to live in the future without turning back to look at everyone's deaths.
黄金鏡に帰ったらベアトに鍵を見つるとベアトはお前の前、そしてお前に簡単な謎かけをし、それが俺のゲーム版の最後のゲームだ。
She'll give you an easy puzzle, will she?
二つの扉。
二つのうち大丈夫。今のお前なら絶対に間違いない。そしてそれをくぐったら扉が閉まるまで。
どうして振り返っちゃいけないの？
扉が閉まれば俺たちの運命、つまり俺たちは猫箱の中に。
猫箱に閉ざされた運命は。
そういうことだ。俺たちはボロクソに負けたかもしれねえし、つまりお前という未来の魔女に俺たちの決着を観測させずに未来に送り出せれば。だがお前がいつまでも俺たちを、そうなりゃ 100% の敗北が確定だ。だからお前は俺たちに勝利の奇跡を与えるためにもいいな。だから俺はラムダデルタを助けに、その俺の勇姿を見送って黄金鏡に帰れば、それがお前の中での俺の。
お兄ちゃんたちの勝敗はね、だから絶対に負けない。
Fuck yeah.
そういうことだから振り返るな。もうじき鍵が手に入る。一目散で黄金鏡に帰るんだ。だから今のうちに手短に。いいか、忘れるなよ。いついかなる時もな、生きる希望を捨てるんじゃねえ。俺たちはいつだってみんなお前が信じてさえくれりゃいいな。奇跡はな、信じれば絶対に叶うから。
At that moment, Lambda Delta and Birdcastle were wrapped in a massive explosion. Surely one of them had delivered a powerful blow. There were no further explosions, so that strike must have decided the match. When the smoke clears, we'll be left standing. The magic circle sealing the key is still needs several minutes to dissolve.
まだ いる私の愛しいラムダデルタ。
All that came into sight was Burncastle. There was no answering voice from Lambda Delta. This was a sign of her victory, did not cause Burncastle's expression to grow any brighter.
残念よ。あなたとなら二人で宇宙が築けると思ってた。残念よ。本当に残念。
Burncastle was still focusing all her nerves on the battle, so she took no notice of Battler and Angie by the key. However, she'd probably notice soon, and then there'd be nowhere to run. The last section of the magic circle was starting to fade away. However, almost cruelly, the final circle went slower than the rest. Seeing that, any hopes that it would dissolve in a minute, or maybe a few dozen seconds, were crushed absolutely. Battler readied himself.
俺じゃああはいかねえだろうがな。今度は俺の出番のようだぜ。
お兄ちゃん。
偉いぞ。よく止めなかった。
With tears still pouring down her face, Angie lovingly rubbed her cheek against the hand that had been patting her head. Fuck yeah. That's good shit.
また子猫たちを集めな。バトラも一緒にいると思ってたのに、その姿があんなやつ一人でも残しておけば靴に入り込んだ小石程度には厄介だものね。
The smoke cleared completely, and they saw a huge cloud of candy bits floating around, like it was Lambda Delta's corpse. A star-shaped cookie bounced off of Burncastle's head. It was missing one of its points, giving it a lonely feeling.
ラムダデルタ、私と共に私の中であなたは私と一つの宇宙になるの。
Burncastle chewed the cookie and swallowed it.
これで私たちは永遠に愛してるわ。ラムダ。私もよ、ベルン。
Woo! Burncastle's stomach suddenly swelled like a balloon. The bullet rose from her stomach to her throat, then exploded like a firework from her mouth. From Burncastle's mouth spewed fireworks, sparks, fragments of candy.
直せないの？猫の頃の怪しいお菓子を拾い食いしちゃダメでしょ。
Fuck yeah, super paper! Burncastle doubled over even more, still spitting up an exploding firework. The birth of a small universe from that sweet had hit her directly from the inside of her stomach. Even Burncastle couldn't withstand that. Fuck yeah. Then in comes my boy. As Burncastle repeatedly vomited fireworks so violently that it seemed her guts would spill out, body flickered in and out of existence, and she glared at Lambda Delta with a terrifying expression. Her body was flickering because she had taken so much damage that even maintaining her form was now difficult.
はしたないわ、ベル。お姿が乱れていてよ。ラムダ。ちょっぴり負けてあげちゃおう。でもやめたわ。あんたと一つの宇宙になっちゃ。ベルンは二度と私に愛をささやいてくれない。そうね、私釣った魚に餌はあげないたちだもの。知ってるわ。だからベルンは美しく輝くのよ。思わせぶりな仕草を見せるのに決して誰にもこびることはない気高い猫の女王のように。あんたを段ボールに変えて側面揃えて私の爪。あんたこそ三味線にして一回弾いたら飽きて押し入れに入れて埃を積もらせてあげるわよ。
The goat tsunami had swallowed up everything, but sea spray was still flying about. The reefs resisted the ocean that was trying to cover them, and were smashing waves left and right. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory and the Inquisitors of Heresy specialized in close-range combat, and were rapidly building a mountain of corpses. Fuck yeah, they were. The witches fought hard too, but they would prefer to fight at a distance if they could. Illusions alone wouldn't be enough. In these battle conditions, all of the humans were thrust right into the center of the fight. They have guns. Yeah, everyone in the Ushiramia family displayed a fighting spirit equal to the witches and guarded their backs. Even humans are not powerless. They have guns. If the goats supported fantasy, they could use these as the ultimate anti-magic weapons. If the goats supported mystery, they could use these in a much more obvious way. Those .45 caliber long Colt bullets delivered fatal wounds to each and every goat they struck. Not 45. 40, yeah, 40. What?
死に損ないどもがいつまで抵抗しやがるんですか。いい加減その辺で沈みやがれです後ろ宮。
沈めと言われればあがきたくなるのが牛小娘。お前に語れるほど後ろ宮甘くはないわ。
あんたなんざ1900はしゃぎすぎなんですよこのクソじじい。
Erika's razor-sharp scythe buried itself into Kinzo's chest. It dug straight into his heart, but the daring smile on Kinzo's face didn't even falter.
ほう、我が死を猫箱の外の誰が観測したという。あれは不滅なり。不滅なり
Fuck yeah! A punch contained the entirety of Kinzo's last spark of life, sent Erika flying.
お父さんしっかり。
踏み越えて行け。後ろ宮家は振り返るな。
As Erika tried to deliver the finishing blow, Kurao stepped in between them, blocking the way.
親父殿に代わって私がお相手。
おや無能投資家の大先生ではござい
Hell
ません
yeah,
か。
it is. That's our boy.
よくもまあ儲からない話ばかりを見つけて散財なさるものです。
失礼。靴紐が溶けてはいないか。
Erika tried to look down at her feet, but what she saw was Kraus's left fist. Did he really get her with the "your shoes are untied"? My guy! Kraus really hit her with the "your shoes are untied." He's like, yeah, I'm an idiot, but at least I can tie my shoes. What about my shit? Bam! Left uppercut. God damn it, Erika. Fuck yeah. I still can't believe homie caught her with the "your shoes are untied." Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Kraus's left uppercut made Erika float in the air. Not by magic, but by simple laws of physics. For an instant, Erika saw the moon. Then she saw another fist.
私は投資家としては無能だろう。だがボクサーとしての才能は大学時代の友人たちが証明するだろう。お前ごとき小娘に我が後ろ宮の全てを否定することなどこの後ろ宮クラウスが許さん。
どうざこが
カノンはコログナイスから生み出した幻想の
Oh.
学園祭で私はカノン君をみんなに紹介作にヒナに友達みんなが証明する。お前らの勝手な想像で
No.
私たちの中を勝手に決めつけるんじゃねえぜ。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, you definitely showed him to your friends, didn't you? Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Jessica's body blow made the goat's massive body cave in.
お見事ですお嬢様。このような窮地でよくそれだけの力を。そりゃそうだ。だって私今カノン君に背中を預けて初めての今日。それがケーキカットじゃないのが残念だけどさ。
Jessica laughed embarrassedly. She looked even more relaxed than she had on stage at the school festival.
なら僕たちはケーキ以外のものを切断しましょう。いちいちカノン君が言うことは。だがそれがいい。
The massive bodies that rushed at them, trying to deny their relationship and their very existence, had two choices: be sliced or be struck. Each time one of those bodies hit the floor, it became proof that the two of them existed. I can believe that.
ジョージ様、危ない。
Oh, man caught the fist. The goat's long-sized fist buried itself in George's face. This was the middle of a massive, confused battle. There was no way to dodge an unexpected attack like that, but he didn't dodge it.
ネクラな引き込むいいと僕への評価どのようなものでも
George had been hit with a fist right to the center of his face. However, he didn't bend over backwards, not even an inch. He started to wonder what it was he had hit. He hadn't punched a human made of flesh. It was as though he had slammed his face into a steel wall, and it was his fist that was hurting. However, the goat was too scared to move his fist from George's face. After all, if he did, the expression on that face would probably be too terrifying. George pressed his hand against that fist.
僕の学生時代の同期たちが証言す。確かに僕はもう一つとても重要なことを証言する。
George was only grabbing the goat's massive fist in his tiny hand. However, that fist was being crushed as though it was a vice around it. Even though the other hand was tiny, the goat couldn't even move its fist.
後ろ宮ジョージは自分に対する一切のことでどのような挑発にも逃げ回る。誰もがそう証言するだに言っても喧嘩を一度もしたことがないとは誰も証言しない。
I accepted the fact that someone as pathetic as me would be bullied.
だがそんな僕に味方してあらゆる挑発と挑戦を断じて一度たりとも僕は許したことはない。
Goat's broken teeth float through the air. George's furious feet split the heavens. A goat's filthy finger touched Shannon's back. That finger exploded and boiled away.
私のジョージさんへの愛は、ジョージさんは私が記したそれらをご覧いただければ。
A blazing red light charred the goat's entire body. Shannon slowly turned around, her face full of rage and contempt. Damn right. Tell him,
愛
Queen.
を知らぬ哀れな観測を前にはミステリーは愚か人の心を読む資格さえもあり起きえなさい。
An absolute barrier rose up around Shannon, burning up the goats around her with its flames.
そうだね。確かにでもね。だからって誰にもマリアたちのことを批判することはできない。
Talk to him, little homie.
マリアとママの愛は誰にも否定でき
I
ない
mean,
ん
we
だも
definitely
の。
can, but you talk to him, little homie. Maria smiled, showing her teeth, and performed her job without even looking at her hands. Then she tossed the fully loaded rifle straight up into the air.
来なさいよ。
Rosa stood back to back with Maria, caught it without turning around. No, that wasn't all. Maria had passed the gun to her mother perfectly without even looking back. Rosa's head was pointed at the ground as she stroked the frigid trigger with her index finger.
私とマリアに愛を疑うやつは前へ出なさいよ。
The crowd of goats, cowed by Rosa's ferocity, didn't get any closer.
じゃあ浮気症のあんたはいつだって男のところを遊び歩いて
This is true.
マリアの日記にはそんなこと一言も書いてないもん。
あんたが一番ローザはあんたを愛してる産んだことさえ後悔してるクソったれな母親じゃないですか。
Erika was peering at the unfeeling moon, the taste of metal in her mouth. Oh my god! For a moment, she didn't realize what was happening. Rosa just shoved the fucking gun into her. Oh my god, that's awesome. It's a cold feeling on her back. The ground? Huh? Why am I lying down? Oh, and wasn't the moon full? Why isn't it now? Come think of it, my teeth hurt. There's something cold and hard there. Then she figured it out. She was lying sprawled on the ground with a gun barrel shoved into her mouth. I gotta give Rosa props on that one, that's fucking awesome. And the thing splitting the moon was the angry king of wolves protecting its child. The gun barrel exploded inside her mouth, shattering her medulla oblongata. But it was only her after image, of course.
恐ろしい女です。こいつ本当に人間。
Erika, who had escaped death at the last moment by leaving an after image, found a metallic flash right before her eyes, which had been there even before she reappeared. The fountain pen went right through Erika's eye, crushing it. Oh, fuck. Of course, that was another afterimage. However, when Erika escaped and reappeared somewhere else, a heel was already there waiting for her. From the goat's perspective, several afterimages of Erika seemed to be appearing at once, all of which were pierced by Rosa at the same time. And so, Erika couldn't reappear anymore. At the very least, not within Rosa's range of attack. Erika put a lot of distance between her and Rosa, appearing in midair. Erika's animal instincts made her turn her head slightly to the side just in time. Where her head used to be, there was an odd shower of sparks. It wasn't magic. It was a real physical phenomenon caused by lead smashing against lead. I think that two bullets shot from different angles could have flown with impossible precision at where her head once was. So that both of them hit and bounced off each other like billiard balls. Let me guess, the couple? One of the couples? Yeah. Uh-huh.
悪いね。俺たちの趣味は親玉狙い。
私たちクレイは得意よ。あまりのんびりお空を飛ばない方がいいんじゃないかしら。
The two of them spun their rifles in exactly the same way at exactly the same time, reloading them in a manner that put old westerns to shame, then pointed them back up at where Erika was in the sky. Once again, their accurate shots plunged through the forehead of Erika's afterimage, bouncing off each other like billiard balls with a shower of sparks. Honestly, I love this. Erika's just getting her ass beat left and right. This is kinda awesome. This time, Erika appeared far behind them. She had to admit it. She had been forced to escape to a place outside the range of those guns fired by humans. But she wasn't safe. Then the light from the moon was blocked. One of my homies? The place she'd been fled to so rapidly exploded, sending chunks of rubbish flying. A massive longsword had been plunged into the ground. Delanor? It's red. Yep, it was Delanor's. Little homie. Little homie. She had dodged by a hair, but this bulky, brutal longsword was more of a cannonball shaped like a sword than something for cutting with. Even though she dodged it, the blast of air pressure made her eardrums throb. Delanor was serious. Fuck yeah, she was. She seriously intended to smash Erika to bits.
どうしたんです？もう少し可愛い顔ができればいいの。楽しいです。人の夢や幻想を打ち壊すのは楽しいに決まっ。それこそが知的蹂躙の醍醐味でしょうが。あなたは邪悪な、しかしそれでも同情できる邪悪だと信じていました。あんたに同情を頼んだ覚えはあなたを直ちに切り伏せなかった。それが今日を招いた私の罪です。
Delannor's hair bristled with rage. Fuck yeah. The sight this expression on one of her old friends pinned Erika to the spot.
我が友よ。あなたがこれ以上の罪を背負わぬようにです。
Fuck yeah. The force of anger that welled from Delanor's whole body struck Erika. Fuck yeah. Or rather, the swirl of blasting wind from Delanor's massive longsword sent her flying. The cannonball with the blade repeatedly cracked the ground just after Erika leapt away. It almost looked as though Erika was jumping backwards, smashing the earth beneath her with each jump. The great longsword split the air again, pulverizing the ground. However, this time Erika was nowhere to be seen. Where did she escape to? Erika had broken the barrier of the Golden Land, landing on a ship whose bow was barely in sight. Practically speaking, she had run away. Fully aware of this, Erika howled, face contorted with humiliation. Her shoulders heaved with her breathing. She even forgot to fix her hair. The scythe fell from her hand and landed with a clank to the floor. The sound brought her back to her senses.